ah, ah, ah. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. Let me tell you why I was doing that. So, on March 4th, I had a show at the Sugar Bar. Great show. I had the privilege of being a part of this showcase with a group of friends that we have done this we haven't done it in a while, so that was our first time back since COVID or before COVID, and it was a sold out show. It was a great show. I sang about 7 songs. I sang a lot of good songs. I had a great time. I'm trying to post more of the videos up there, but anyway, that song, my set was done, right? So then I was saying, thank y'all, it was a great night. I did my last song, and the crowd was like, one more. And the band was like, disagreeing, and the promoter was like, yeah, do one more. So they made me stay on the stage, and the band picks Can't Hide Love by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now, you know, the beginning part of that song is, you want my love, but you can't deny. You know it's true, but you try to hide. Yeah, I had that part, but I was like, I ain't rehearsed this. I like rehearsing my stuff. But let me tell you, we had a good time. I hit all the notes. The crowd was helping me do the that part. It was a great show. Great show. But anyway, that ain't what y'all came here for. I'm wasting 1 minute and 53 seconds on that. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 4, episode 21 of Tyler Perry's soap opera comedy drama, The Oval. And tonight's episode is titled Pins and Needles. And I don't know, this episode didn't give me what I wanted, but you know, it was teasing us a little bit. So we gonna get right into, before we get into it, I gotta give a shout out to my lovely subscribers that watch and leave comments on these shows. Y'all watching this show with me. I'm talking about June BLC, Savannah Rivers Amore, Miss Tasha, Susan Keys Stewart, Coy, Kryptonian Black, Nadine Harris, Anthony White, Stephanie Cole Manelli, I can't read my own handwriting. Stephanie, shout outs to you. The R.C. Kroger, Karima Khadija, House of Sir James, and all the rest of you wonderful people. Shout outs to you. Thank you. We doing good. I told you we got like 1,020 something subscribers. Y'all better, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, once the dust settles, we're going to have a celebration. I'm going to have to come live, and we're going to all have like a live party. Y'all down with that? I know you are. Great. Awesome. We're going to do it. So now let's get right down to the nitty gritty of this episode, Pins and Needles. Okay. Sharon to knock Kareem out, and she's all nervous about it. He's laying across the coffee table. I thought that was hilarious. Don't judge me. I thought it was hilarious. I couldn't stand his character for some reason. So anyway, she calls 911. 911 said, oh, somebody done already called. A neighbor called, and this one called. They heard all the noise, so the police are on their way. Then she calls Dale. Meanwhile, Dale is down at the pharmacy trying to close the store. Then you had some lady who was upset with him, and the lady's like, I thought nobody was in the store. She went from saying she thought nobody was in the store to she just wanted to fill a prescription. Then she said she's never coming back to that store again because he's trying to close it. You know, he's rattled. His cage is rattled. He's trying to close. She said she's never coming back again and she'll go somewhere else. I thought you wanted to fill your prescription, but I guess you could go somewhere else to fill a prescription too. So she was upset. So then you think that was the end of Dell's troubles. And here comes cousin, what was his name? The drug dealer, Kareem's cousin, Antonio. And he's like, where's the Stallworth package? And give me the Stallworth package. Where is it? Or there's a box that I need. You got to give me the box under there. And Dale is pretty much telling him, look, Kareem ain't here. I don't know who you are, but you need to leave. And then he's not trying to leave. He said, just give me what's under the counter. And Dale reached from under that counter to pull out that long gun and was like, get the F up out of here. Get the F up out of here now. And he was like, you ain't going to unlock the door. He said, turn the knob yourself and get on out of here. Now, this is causing I was a little confused with this whole thing. Apparently, I guess Alonzo took too many of the drugs last week or whatever. And so Antonio was like, he needs that bad. That whole plot, somebody explain it to me. That whole thing had me confused because I'm like, If this was a package that you ship, which was the Stallworth package, which is what Alan always buys from you, and then Alonzo went to pick it up. How are we worried about the drugs being missing? Because wasn't the money exchanged? I don't know. Somebody help me with that, because none of that made sense to me. And then the whole thing with Antonio saying, if this is the drug cartel, it belongs to the Mexican cartel, and they're dangerous. So they're even more dangerous than the CIA and then the Secret Service. They're more dangerous than them. Like that this is going to scare a Secret Service agent. Really? I was like, all of that. I didn't like all of that. It was all stupid. I was like, let's not go down this territory. That was just stupid to me. I didn't like any of that. But so what happened is Alonzo, I guess, took more of the drugs than he took more of the drugs. He had the drugs. And Alan is like, what are you doing? We got to get those back. You can't take all that. At first, he was lying about it. What did he take all the drugs for? Was it to give it to the president, or was he trying to sell some himself? And then, like I told y'all last week with the whole camera thing, what he did to Dale, what Lonzo did to Dale and putting him in the room. If the cameras are on, they can see all that. But apparently, he was supposed to have been out of the camera's view. But then, according to Antonio, he has his own set of cameras in it. I didn't like that. All of that was just, I don't care about that storyline, please. Unless you're going to have the drug cartel come in here and shoot up something and make the show more over the top, then yes. But all that I didn't really care for. So anyway, back to Sharon. Sharon's all panicking, and there's a knock on the door. It's Dale. Dale comes over. She sees Kareem there. And as they're talking, in walk the police, and automatically they go right over to Sharon. She's trying to explain stuff. They're like, oh, they put her in handcuffs. They're arresting her, whatever. And Dale is just sitting there, and they're like, they check Kareem's body, and they're like, this is a homicide. So it looks like Kareem is dead now. That's what it looks like. So I was like, okay. Then we move on down to Miss Nancy. She's still flipping out and acting the fool, acting really weird and saying stuff to Priscilla, saying, well, maybe my son's, you think they'll tell me where my son's body is? Or maybe if I died, I could be with him and apologize for being a bad mother. She went through all these different changes. Then she went to this whole thing about thinking Priscilla wanted to sleep with her and she don't go that way. Then she started crying. It just was all this craziness. And I'm like, doesn't Priscilla have a date that she has to get ready for? What's all this going on? And that was just out of control. It was Miss Nancy. The Ragadushis did a number on Miss Nancy. We still don't have a clue where Barry's body is. And I'm like, this is just crazy. Meanwhile, Sam has realized that Crazy Jason's cover has been blown. With Jason and that guy, who's the guy? Steve Austin, that's what I'm calling him. The Secret Service agent, that Crazy Jason's in the cabin with him, and they may be compromised. And that this may be an issue. So he's saying, we got to move him. We got to move the package. We got to do something because they might be coming down. Meanwhile, Crazy Jason's over there with the Secret Service agent, and the agent is telling him, he says, listen, he says to him, look, we might be compromised. I might have to give you a gun. So now him and Jason going to be partners trying to fight off the rest of the Secret Service. That's hilarious to me. And he says, I give you this gun, if you shoot me, I'll blow your head off. Sir, if he shoots you, you're going to be shot. Now, we already know Jason's a killer. So I'm like, how you tell somebody, well, if you shoot me, I'm going to blow your head off? Not if I shoot you in your head. Like, what are you talking about? So anyway, he's telling Jason, you got to follow me. We got to do whatever. Apparently, they're already surrounding the house. And we got to make sure we try to get out of here some way, somehow. And I'm like, okay, this should be interesting how they're going to get out. And we see that it is Kyle that's watching them. And Kyle even tells Donald what's going on. And Donald's like, get in there and kill, kill, kill. And Kyle's like, no, because you know what happened at some other incident. We killed some innocent people. We can't do that. We got to take our time. So they want to move in on that. So I was like, that's interesting. Then we see the president. He still wants to get high. He's still looking to get his fix. I guess the the drugs he took didn't take him down just yet. And then I guess what was interesting, somewhat interesting, is this conversation between Victoria and the vice president. And he's so goofy and corny. And she's even squinting her eyes at him. And she's like telling him all this stuff about, she's on pins and needles because of them, the whole thing with her son. So that's where the episode gets its title, Pins and Needles. And then she's like, is your wife still trying to come over here? And he's like, I tried to convince her not to. And she said, you better. Then she was frowning up, when she's making all this flirtation. Oh, I want to be with you. So apparently we were right in saying that she's using the vice president. She's not really into him. She don't really like him like that. And he's so goofy, he's falling into the trap. And so while he's on the phone with her, talking all this stuff, pillow talk, his wife, Simone, hears this and comes in and she tries to flirt with him. And he took a rain check on her, saying, I'll take a rain. And that's when she said, well, let me ask you a question. Who was that hoe you was on the phone with? She went through all that. And he's like, oh, my God, what are you talking? Like, dude, I hate when people do that. You've been caught. She heard everything. She was standing out here the whole time, but you're still pretending that you don't know what's going on. So she just walked off from that. She was pissed off. And he's like, Dad, I messed up. Real goofy storyline with that. Really, really goofy. I just thought that was real stupid. Then we have this whole thing with Bobby, Priscilla, and Max. Muscle Man Bobby is waiting for Priscilla to come over. Priscilla says she got to go home and change and get ready. I thought she looked nice in the red dress. Just go over there in the red dress and have some fun. Max told him this is a stupid idea. You're intelligent. It just doesn't make any sense. What's going to happen when Sam come over here? What's wrong with you? But meanwhile, Sam actually calls Max when Max leaves to go play pool and tell him, listen, I need you to come help me with the package, talking about Crazy Jason. And we don't see any more of that situation. But then we get something very interesting, and that is Officer Brian, who is now a courageous superhero or whatever. He's in his fatigue clothes. He done came over to Donald's house and he's there to rescue Lily. And I guess he got past the security, Secret Service again. I said they suck because he got past that security, able to get to Lily. And all of a sudden, he's tonguing Lily down and fondling him. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, you got to get to safety. He's in love with Lily. What's this about? And he's like, you got to get to safety, this, that, and the third. She's like, no, you're going to get yourself killed. You got to leave, this, that, and the third. And he's like, no, you listen, just tell them that I shot him and, that someone came here and went crazy and shot him. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, that'll never work. And then, boom, he punched her in the eye. And I was like, no, what's that? So he punched her in the eye. She fell to the ground. He said, that's how we going to make it look like. Say he hit you, okay? I laughed afterwards because just the way it was done, not at the violence towards women, but the way it was like, wait a minute, what? You just, okay, now this is what we're going to do. I said, what kind of craziness is that? Again, that was a little crazy for me, but it was the way the scene was acted out that made me laugh, but not him actually hitting a woman because I don't really rock like that. But still, it was like, I said, wait a minute, did he just punch her in the eye and then tell her, okay, this is the plan, but he's trying to make it look like she got abused. Then homeboy goes up the stairs and he fires multiple shots into Donald, and clearly that looked like a stunt double or whatever. But it was like that made me laugh because it was like, and the body was just flapping like this. I was like, what the hell is this? And he's like, pat, 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 pat. So if Donald's not dead, Donald is badly injured. But that looked like a crash test dummy or something in that bed. I was cracking up at the way that he was getting. It was like, wait a minute. I was like, wow. So Donald may be dead. And one of y'all said people was going to die in this episode. So it looks like Kareem may be dead. They said, because they just said homicide. And it looks like Donald may be dead. And we got another one who may be dead. Because then we go back to, after all of that, they left us there. We go back to Miss Nancy's house. Richard come in the house and poor Miss Nancy done hung herself. And he's trying to get her off there. I think she survived that. I think in the previews they show that she survived it. But we don't know what's going to happen with Donald. So, and we still haven't had the relationship. We haven't seen the big love scene between Bobby and Priscilla. And we saw them all swarming in on Jason and the guy, the Secret Service guy. But we don't know, we have to wait till next week to see what's going to happen. So this episode was okay. To me, it didn't deliver enough for me. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. This episode was all right. But I needed, you know how I like it. Y'all know how I like it. Just ignorant. I needed, not ignorant, ignorant. I needed just to be foolishness to make me laugh, because I told you this is a soap opera, comedy, drama, rolled in one. This is supposed to make me laugh and act the fool. That's how I like this show, to be over the top and ridiculous, just to make me laugh. But the shooting, the shooting of Donald, we got to see what's going to be coming at. So that was that. We see next week, it looks like they're going to throw tear gas or something in there to get Jason and them out of there. And we're going to see what happens with that. But listen, somebody find Barry's body, please. Let's find Barry's body. Let's already get this thing over with Priscilla and Bobby. Go on and have this affair, whatever that you're going to, even though I'm against that. Go ahead and have it, and that's that. But that's it. That's all I have for this episode. Tell me your thoughts. Please, tell me your thoughts. Did you enjoy this episode? How do you think this is going to end? Are we close to the end of the season of this? I think we are. But thank you for watching. Thank you for liking my videos. Check out my other videos. I see y'all leaving comments I put up one of the performances, one of the songs that I performed at the Sugar Bar. I may put some more up there too. I just have to, finish getting them right and to put them up. But thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video.